Is that right? Some may even get put on their deathbed before they realize it, but they'll remember the promise that they made to the Lord. For just what God gave to you, He can take it away from you. Just as God blessed you with that miracle, He can also let you suffer with that miracle. Is that right? Yeah, because some people don't know how to handle their blessings. Is that right? God can put your blessings and your curses side by side just to let you see how you can handle your blessings. Can I get a witness? Yeah. So somebody can say that He blessed me once. He blessed me twice. And I've been living off His blessings all of my life. Somebody else can say, any way you bless me, Lord, I'll be satisfied. Can I get a witness? I won't complain. I've had some good days, and I've had some bad days. Is that right? But Angela, although my good days outweigh my bad days, still I won't complain. Is that right? Well, some people try to cheat God out of doing miracles in their lives. Some try to put God at the limitation of doing miracles, and they say only certain miracles He can do. Is that right? So is the situation here in our text. Jesus had just come from healing the man who was possessed with legions, or the man who had an army of demons inside him. Made a whole herd of pigs commit suicide off a cliff. Made the townspeople angry. Can I get a witness? Yeah, because they couldn't have ham sandwiches anymore. And as Jesus boarded a ship and passed over the other side, can I get a witness? Yeah. Many people began to gather around Him. You see, His fame had spread abroad and throughout the cities, and people were just coming out to see Jesus in groves. And as soon as Jesus had reached the shore, there came a man who was one of the rulers of the synagogue, whose name was Jairus. And when this man saw Jesus, he fell down at His feet and cried out to Jesus and told him that his daughter was lying at the point of death. And I pray Thee come and lay hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. Is that right? And so Jesus went with them, and all the other people followed after Him, and the crowds of people were so great, church, that there was hardly no room to walk. And if anyone wanted to get to Jesus, they would have to push through the crowd until they were able to make their way to where Jesus was. And it says here that a certain woman, which had an issue of blood for 12 long years, which had suffered many things because doctors could not cure her of her disease. And she was doing nothing but wasting her money, spent all of her money in trying to find somebody that could cure her. And instead of getting better, she only grew worse. And when she heard that Jesus was passing by in a town, because she believed that if she could just press her way through the crowds, because she believed that if she could just touch not his shoulder, not this person, but if she could just reach out and touch the hem on His garment, that she would be made whole. Can I get a witness? In other words, she could touch a piece of the prayer cloth or prayer shawl that Jesus was wearing, that she would be whole. And so she just touched the hem, just reached her hand far enough through the crowd with all of the pushing and shoving and no room, not even able to get up to Jesus. All she was able to do was by faith just brush up against Jesus far enough to just touch the hem of His garment. Is that right? Just reached her hand just close enough to just touch the hem of His garment. Can I get a witness? Haven't you ever felt like that? Lord, out of all I'm going through, if I could just get one prayer through to you with my faith and touch Your throne, Your mercy seat in glory. In other words, could go from the floor and beyond the ceiling, instead of hitting the ceiling and coming back down, if it can get to you in heaven, I know everything will be all right. Can I get a witness? So if she was able to, just by faith, brush up close enough to just touch the hem of his garment, didn't even touch his body, not even close enough to touch his hand, and when she touched the hem, Jesus already knew that somebody had touched him, for the virtue had gone out of him. Can I get a witness? So, in other words, some of that spiritual healing power just flowed out of his body at the very act of faith by this woman. Can I get a witness? But she believed when she touched him that she would be made whole. Now that's faith, church. Can I get a witness? That's why the hymnologist wrote a song and said, he touched me, and oh, what joy that floods my soul. Something happened, and now I know he touched me and made me whole. See, when this woman touched Jesus' hem, he was already touching her in the spirit. Can I get a witness? Amen. Yeah, for her faith got the Lord's attention. That's why the Bible says that the virtue went out of him. Can I get a witness? And Jesus said to her, daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. And so while Jesus was still speaking, but still on his way to Jairus' house, but he had to work this miracle. Can I get a witness? Still headed in the direction of Jairus' house to honor his request. But he had to take care of this minor problem with the woman with the issue of blood. Can I get a witness? So while Jesus was still in a conversation with the woman, there came a messenger from the ruler of the synagogue's house to bring message that Jairus' daughter had died. And why trouble is the master any further? In other words, at least we tried. But now it's too late. Jesus doesn't have to come now. Can I get a witness? Jesus, you just go on doing what you were doing, and sorry for the problem, sorry for the trouble. Don't mean to be a burden. Is that right? That's the trouble with most people. They don't believe that God can do special miracles, unheard of miracles. Is that right? You hear the messenger telling Jairus not to trouble Jesus anymore, because they don't believe that Jesus could do only certain miracles. Can I get a witness? Oh, they believe that Jesus could turn water into wine. Is that right? And heal the sick, and restore sight to the blind, and unstop deaf ears, cause the lame and the dumb to talk, and restore a wild man back into his right mind. Can I get a witness? Oh, but the unheard of miracle. This is one that has to do about raising anyone from the dead. That's where they draw the line. Can I get a witness? Oh, church, don't worry about what you go through, because the Lord will send an unheard of miracle in your life. Can I get a witness? Anybody here, have you ever experienced an unheard of miracle? A miracle where the doctors said no and Jesus said yes. Is that right? An unheard of miracle. Can I get a witness? It may not have been a miracle that you've experienced personally yourself, but remember, in your own family might have experienced an unheard of miracle. Can I get a witness? And instead of them keeping it to themselves, that's how you found out about it. Because they got on the telephone and they called you up and they told you about the unheard of miracle. Can I get a witness? And the reason it was unheard of is because while they were speaking to you, they said